Today's show is sponsored by ExpressVPN. Reduce your ping time and get faster speeds when you game at expressvpn.com/funhouse.
Hey everybody, I'm Armando Torres. Welcome to the Funhaus podcast. Today I am joined by Lindsay Washburn.
Hi.
Charlotte McGrath.
Hi. Sorry, I was drinking.
And as always, Jacob Fullerton.
Hello. Armando.
I say hello to you people at least 3 times a day, and it seems like you never know how to appropriately greet somebody.
Feels like a different order
camera.
every time.
Mm-hmm.
I said hello. The chair.
I hope the mic
I don't think it did, but
Probably not.
if they couldn't hear it,
Jacob-
I said hello, and then Jacob moved, and it made a very squeaky sound, like a fart.
Yeah, it
and
sounded
that's why it's
like a
funny.
toot. That's how I say hello.
That's great.
Hi, Jacob.
Unintentional.
Jacob says whenever he burps, he says barf.
Yeah,
And so now whenever he says hello, he farts.
Yeah, I've done it so many times. It's such a habit now. Like I just automatically do it, and
yeah.
I'm like, why do I keep doing this?
One time we were hanging out and you burped and said puke, and I said, was that on purpose? And you go, yeah, sometimes I like to switch it up. And that sounds like a bit. That's not. You really said that.
It
Yeah.
kills me every time. Every single time. And it's usually voice only. I can't see Jacob. He just goes, barf. it's the funniest thing. It's the funniest
It's
thing.
precious.
It's
Gas
funnier
at
than
me, I'll start
grown-ups,
doing
too.
It's funnier than Step Brothers.
Not many things are.
Well, it's funnier than Jack and Jill. That's for damn sure.
Dude, that's for God.
Welcome to the Sandler show.
Yeah.
Where we talk about Adam Sandler. Before we started recording, I told you guys that I had a personal story that I wanted to share with you. I got an email from the building that I live at.
Yes.
That I wanted to read to you. Dear residents, we would like to take this opportunity to remind all residents of our policies regarding animals in our community. 1, the animal must not disturb neighbors or residents, whether inside or outside the dwelling. 2, animals must be legally allowed to be owned as per local law. 3, you are responsible for immediately cleaning up any messes or waste caused by the animal. And then it goes on with a bunch more rules. And
Okay.
some of these rules,
Well, sounds fine.
mostly number 2, seemed very odd to point out.
Which one was that?
That
already
you
forgotten.
you have to, your animal must be allowed to be owned legally according to local laws.
Yeah.
And I thought that was very strange until I found out the reason why is because a resident who owns a penthouse in the building that I live in owns a monkey and an alligator in the same home.
No, that's interesting.
And that is interesting.
So
How
they're-
big is that alligator?
As far as I know, it's adolescent, so it's about this big.
Okay.
Ugh, teenagers. How small is the monkey?
It's this
huge.
big.
It's an adolescent, so I gotta
massive.
say 6-7 feet.
Yeah.
I find out this guy has a penthouse. He's got a big foot.
silverback.
the monkey, by the way, it's one of those like very small monkeys.
capuchin.
Like
the
a
one-
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Bonobo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I didn't realize those monkeys are very aggressive.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
They
they're
will
like
fuck
they will
your face
fuck
off.
you
I'll
up.
assume that about any monkey. Like this
Well,
monkey will probably hurt me.
What are we but just big old monkey?
So they found the monkey and the alligator in there?
The
This is
monkey.
while you're living here? Or
This is while I'm
before?
living here. This is while I'm living in this is the building I live in right now.
They're still there, right?
They're still there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
then-
Because this is
What
America.
happened?
I found out about the monkey because the guy brought it to the pool. And that was the first straw.
No, they brought the monkey to the
Well,
pool?
now hold on. Of the animals to bring to the pool, I think I'm gonna have to side with this person because
Yeah, 'cause they
the
could have brought the
alligator,
alligator.
you
The
know,
Monkey doesn't want to go in the water. The alligator wants to go in the water.
he's not good. He's
not very
sun tanning. I guess you're right.
The
Yeah.
alligator just
Very-
goes for walks. That's it. The monkey
Yeah.
goes to the pool.
Okay, so
what
somebody
they
brought a
like.
monkey to your pool.
Somebody brought a monkey to my pool, and that was the first straw where the
Were you
building.
down there?
Yeah, yeah, it was in the
You see
pool.
this guy with a monkey?
Really?
Yeah, I see you. Okay, so I fucking am underwater, and I come up, and I do the sexy thing where
Yeah.
like I push my hair back.
Yeah.
and then I look over to
And
the
a
my
monkey whistles at you.
yeah, I look over to my sexy left, and I see a monkey, and the first thing that pops in your head when you see a monkey in the wild is just like, that's not a monkey. That can't be a monkey.
I don't know if
That's
I've
a
ever.
little
That's
child.
someone's very ugly baby.
You said that like
dare
that's
you.
something like, hey, listen, we've all seen a monkey in the pool. You know how it goes.
Yeah.
I've never seen a monkey outside of a controlled environment.
I've only seen monkeys inside of the houses of drug dealers before. This was the first time I've seen a law-abiding citizen own a monkey.
Oh, I think you say a law-abiding monkey.
So did
at the
somebody
pool.
come and tell him at the pool, like, you can't have that monkey here, man?
Yes, they did. The building management came up to the pool and escorted him outside, and that's the last I heard. Last I heard, actually, he still owns the monkey, but when they went back to his apartment to reprimand him for the monkey, this is all stuff I got from the door guy at my building.
really?
By the way. Yeah.
Door guy,
Apparently,
looking it up.
when they went to talk to him about the monkey, he told them about the other pets that he had, because he also had. He was like, well, they were like, do you have anything else? Do you have any other monkey? And he goes, no, I just have like a cat.
And
and I have Arnold.
This is just like that, like
Arnold.
the Ace Ventura
Arnold.
scene where
Arnold the alligator.
yeah,
the
it's like, well,
alley.
do you have any like normal pets? And it's like, well, I used to have probably like 12, 15 cats over the years, but well,
But I've only had
but
one Arnold.
I only got one
Arnold's a lot
Arnold, and
bigger now.
Arnold gets hungry.
they're all untrained lions though in his apartment.
Well, yeah,
It's a Roar
He's got a
situation.
puma.
So what kind of pet are you going to get that you're not supposed to have that you could fight his monkey?
That could fight his
Well,
monkey.
hold
I'm
on,
gonna get a
hold on.
bigger monkey.
Yeah.
What's this about fighting? Why can't we all just get along?
No, you got to find something to fight his monkey. You got to be the
I've
best.
seen Planet of the Apes.
You should
You're an
get.
animal owner. In the
Oh
world.
yeah,
They get eventually. Your apes get so smart they fight back,
Yeah.
right.
and then you can't own them anymore.
No, yeah, together strong. I understand it.
Yeah.
Caesar.
Caesar salad.
Caesar. Yeah. Did that? Well, you told me that, right? That guy went to the Rainforest Cafe with the monkey and said, "Be free."
What?
He released him into his natural
and
habitat. That's not real.
he jumped in
Yeah.
it. He mauled a dishwasher.
Yeah.
a
Rainforest
bar back.
Cafe is already a terrifying place, so
Oh yeah,
I
it's
would be
terrible.
yeah.
but it is the one place you can freely bring your monkey.
Yeah.
and everyone will just.
Oh, it's an animatronic.
Yeah, the waiter comes by and is like, "Oh, that one's new. That's
Yeah.
not."
Yeah.
A drink for the lady.
It'll scream at me every 10 minutes while I'm having a conversation with whoever I'm having dinner with. So
yeah, it's like bringing me anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild. Oh my god.
So imagine seeing a monkey and then finding out that that's not even the wildest shit about that guy. I'm so sorry, by the way. I
That's
needed
great.
to.
Why are you
Thank you
apologizing?
for sharing that
Yeah.
story.
This
You
is
should one up him though. Get
Right?
something better. Yeah.
Fuck. What should I get?
Yeah. You got to show
A
up to the
bigger monkey, you
You got to
already
show
said
up
it.
to the pool with like 4 capybaras.
Oh yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
I gotta get a dangerous water animal too. I'm gonna bring piranhas.
No.
Getting piranhas.
You go so normal, it's strange. You go full Queen Elizabeth and you get like 24 corgis, and you walk them all. You get one of those waist leashes that like a professional dog walker has, and so they're all tied to you. And then you go to the pool and you jump in. They don't drown.
No,
it's
they're
okay. This is a
flotation
happy
devices,
story, but
technically.
they are all just bobbing, tied to you like some sort of monster.
And when I see him, I make direct eye contact with him and I go, "Look, you see them? You see these corgis? Not all of them are gonna live, but only one of them's got to kill Arnold." You son of a bitch.
Oh my god.
You gotta get out of this quick. Arnold's gonna grow up real fast.
Well, the one thing that maybe I shouldn't have focused on so heavily when I heard this story, but the thing that I realized is that he had a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. And now he has a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, 1 alligator house.
One room that he rarely goes inside.
Because I asked if he like still uses that as a bathroom, and the door guy goes, "Oh no, there's no way. That it's owned by the alligator. Alligator owns that room."
Yeah, but I mean, Patrick's got a bathroom like that for his cats. It's really like,
Cat bathroom.
he does. Yeah, it's
What a
just got a
luxury.
litter box.
I
in
mean, it's
it.
kind of like that. Like in our new place, we have one room that only has a litter box in it, so it's just like a shit room.
See,
There you go.
Jacob could have an alligator
You
for all
shit
we
in a
know.
shit
It's the
room
same
too?
thing.
Yeah, it's my litter box. That's the thing. Cats go
just-
wherever they
it's
want.
just
I
a-
use the litter box.
It's just litter on the floor.
Somebody walks in on you taking a shit, and you go, "What? George Clooney did it."
yeah.
Everybody loves him.
Yeah, get out of here. I still have to bury it.
No,
we do have some news stories this week. And actually, our
Thank
first
God.
one is kind of tied to this
is.
whole thing. Mr. Peacock, a beloved neighborhood bird,
I love
died
him.
last
Oh.
week.
Oh,
Yeah. I don't. Do you want to guess what
A
kind of
beloved
bird he was?
neighborhood bird, like Los Angeles neighborhood bird.
He it's from a community in, I think it was McKinleyville in Northern California.
Oh, okay.
okay.
Oh,
So
yeah,
not our
yeah.
neighborhood.
So he's
No.
You're
Our
saying it's not a
peacocks are
peacock?
fine, then I don't
It
care.
is a peacock.
It is a
We've
peacock.
got tons of peacocks around here because of barf. I can't even do it.
Almost.
How do you do that?
I don't.
It's got to come out at the same time.
Yeah,
You gotta
it's-
say it.
We can't dwell on it.
Yeah.
It's impossible.
You missed your shot.
Um,
Anyways.
But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of peacocks around here that have escaped, but they haven't been. They haven't. Well, he presumably died of old age.
Well,
Tried.
Somebody's going to
Move
throw
on.
up.
We gotta
sorry.
move on. I'm sorry to the audio
as I proved to you,
listeners.
I can throw up almost at nothing.
Yep.
Even playing Sea of Thieves.
So the peacock died?
The peacock died. This beautiful blue boy was a sort of mascot for his Northern California community, and that's what makes his death so odd. Because he didn't die of old age, and he wasn't like run over by a car or anything. He was shot
Alzheimer's?
down in cold blood. I
Somebody
assume.
shot a peacock?
Somebody shot and killed a
Somebody
peacock.
shot a peacock.
That's some real Kentucky shit.
Somebody shot and killed.
It
I
is?
actually have Omar.
Yeah,
if you
it's
can
like
pull this up, I
super
have a
hick shit.
picture of Mr. Peacock.
We have body cam footage.
This is Mr. Peacock.
Wow, it's just a peacock.
Yeah.
Huh?
Oh my god.
Mr. Peacock is a peacock that essentially the same as we have in Los Angeles, Escape like a nature park. Here we have the Arboretum. Over there they have the Northern California Arboretum or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
And so he
The peacock hit. That's suspicious.
is very
That's
suspicious.
So that someone took a hit out.
Yeah.
On
It's
the
like this
peacock?
is the picture. I'm
Yeah.
just gonna name this file peacock-hit. Okay, this is the bird that I need you to hit.
That's good, Omar. That's enough, Mr. Peacock. Thank you.
Yeah, I can't bear it anymore.
So
To
why'd
see him so
somebody-
full of life just absolutely wrecks me.
Why'd somebody
Yeah.
shoot Mr. Peacock?
Well, the killer, the actual shooter,
The murderer.
may never be found and may never face justice, but the
What?
plot just keeps on a thickening because
Oh, I
a
love
month
nice
before the
thick
fatal
plot.
shooting took place, a Craigslist ad was put up by a disgruntled neighbor, and the ad read, quote, "The job is simple. Get rid of the wild peacock by any
I was
means
joking.
Oh my
necessary."
God.
Oh my god.
And it was signed, quoth, the Raven.
Mr. Raven. I'd like to kill Mr.
Mr.
Peacock.
Raven.
They didn't like the peacock.
They didn't like the peacock.
Why don't you just call animal services and like have them take them to a different area?
I don't think it's about getting rid of the bird. I mean, in some sense it is,
what it
but I think it's
sounds like.
something
Sending
deeper
a
than that.
message.
The story essentially goes that there was a family that found the peacock and then would kept feeding it bread to like get it to come back and hang out, and so it wasn't somebody's pet. It wasn't like owned. They didn't have like a cage for it
a
or
feral
anything.
Yeah,
cat
he was a
type of thing.
free
Yeah,
bird.
exactly. It was a free bird. Exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you, Charlotte. And so that was the situation that the peacock had. And there was a neighbor who was kind of a grumpy puss and didn't want the peacock to hang around and kept asking for it to go, kept calling animal control. There wasn't really anything that could be done. Apparently everyone knew that this was the guy that called the hit because a week before the Craigslist ad went up, he sent out a mass email to all of his neighbors that started with, "Now guys, look, I'm an animal lover," and then went on to list why peacocks are terrible creatures.
Oh man, I can just picture this guy like the dean of a school in a movie.
Yeah.
Just looking out his window and brooding and going, "That damn Mr. Peacock gallivanting around this neighborhood like he owns it. Ooh, that steams me. Ooh, that burns my brownies.
Peacock house.
Peacock House, Mr. House."
Have you guys ever heard a peacock before?
Yeah,
The NBC
it goes,
streaming service?
Yeah, they're loud as shit. They're so loud.
Was it
Yeah.
the LA Zoo where they just like wander around, or was that a different?
That's
zoo?
the Arboretum.
That's so
Arboretum,
many
okay.
zoos.
Yeah,
though.
No, they are at
Philadelphia.
the LA Zoo too.
Okay,
Yeah,
I remember
saw
going there when I
one
was a kid, and they're like walking around. It was kind of terrifying.
The story goes essentially that they had them at the Arboretum, then they escaped from the Arboretum, and similar to the parrots, I think you've seen the wild parrots in Los Angeles, specifically
Yeah.
around Pasadena, where when they got out, people were like, well, they're probably not going to survive. I mean, this isn't their like native home. It's going to be fine. And then they have become ingratiated into
Yeah.
the community.
Oh yeah, that's like Canadian geese, which I think
Canada
maybe
Goose? The whiskey? Doesn't matter.
no. What am I look like to you, Elise?
Peacocks get aggressive though, don't they?
I mean, everyone gets aggressive if they're pushed far enough.
But like,
Yeah.
there's not aggressive imagine if pigeons like just pecked your eyes out while you walk down the street.
Well, she just imagined it.
The peacocks are proud. They got all them pretty
Bird
tail
is like
feathers.
hacking at your neck.
Well, I
You
mean,
just wrote birds, by the way.
No, I think
Hitchcock.
that's true. Yeah,
didn't
you're a
take much.
visionary, but a little past your time.
What if birds were mean?
What if in Hitchcock's Birds there was a peacock?
I don't know if it might be the kind of thing like that, like any animal, you don't want to provoke it. And
Yeah.
if maybe like a precocious little toddler gets a little too close, maybe they'll pay for it.
Yeah.
Which, lesson
deserve.
learned. But yeah, the Philadelphia Zoo, they just kind of walk around. I think that probably happens at a lot of zoos.
Yeah.
But I think during mating season, they get as high up as they can. So they just stand on the roof of like the snack shack. And like Omar just said, they just go, ah! They just scream. I'm screaming a lot today, I realize. I don't normally do that, but
Can't believe how loud
yeah,
that
I mean,
is.
but they also just walk across the path and like everyone reveres them. They're like royalty. So like no one goes near them. I don't think if they were dangerous, they would be allowed to do that.
They almost have like some sense of awareness of how people see them too, because I used to live over in Pasadena, and you'll be driving through a neighborhood and one will walk in the street and you're like, come on, get the fuck out of the way, and it will almost knowingly give you a glance and just be like, what are you gonna fucking do, huh? You gonna
run
hit me?
over? Doubt it.
Yeah.
yeah.
Everyone will think you're a fucking monster.
This happened to him, and then he started writing the hit for the
Yeah.
peacock.
This hit is
The job
fucking
is simple.
There's a
wild.
Description,
Pasadena
blue.
peacock.
This is a screenshot of the ad. The job is simple. Get rid of a wild peacock that is disrupting our lives. Locating the bird is easy, as it roosts in the trees near my house every evening around 8 to 8:30. There are no fences, so access is easy. The bird came here about 4 months ago. No one knows from where, and no one here owns it. If you've ever heard a peacock's call, you know it's as loud as a car horn.
This bird is Dennis the Menace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This has been going on for almost 4 months. ... Crazy.
Now,
Crazy.
wow, they point out where it gets bred.
Please contact me so we can form a strategy to eliminate this bird and also agree on how much you would like to be compensated.
Oh my god.
A paid hit.
A paid
On a
hit
peacock.
This
on a
might-
peacock.
Wow, this is.
This
If
is a
this
man
turns
who's
out to be
desperate.
like a performance art thing or like viral marketing or something,
I
I
like
will
Number 2.
lose my
I
mind.
don't know what this neighbor thinks about the bird.
They are upset as all hell that the bird was shot. And one of the most upsetting parts of the story is that because I've read several articles about this story at this point, and all of them end with the neighbors being like, "We're hoping to see justice, but according to the police, it's not exactly illegal to kill a wild peacock." In fact, at the very worst, the thing he can be charged with is killing a wild peacock at the wrong time.
Yeah.
Like he
Oh,
wasn't.
like it's not peacock killing season.
No.
Yeah.
Well, what we need is vigilante justice. We need a armed
Peacock
band.
Man!
Yeah, Peacock Man
And
comes
thus-
in and beats the shit out of this guy.
Exactly. And
was
thus Cockman was born.
Cockman, yes.
When he was a
Well, yeah,
child,
they-
he was attacked by a flock of peacocks at the bottom of a well.
He's not strong or rich, or he's just got really fucked up, and we don't really know what to do about him. Taking out a hit on the Peacock Man. He eats bread at this location. I don't know. I kind of want this to be like a Coen Brothers-esque thing where the hit goes horribly wrong.
Yeah.
And like one of the neighbors gets killed or something,
Yeah.
and then
Ends up a fugitive.
Absolutely. It sounds like the fucking guy hired the dude from the Fargo TV show. Just came and was like, "How much do you hate this peacock?" Because
Wait,
I
Billy Bob
really
Thornton?
don't want to go back to playing Bad Santa.
okay, yeah, okay, so
Yep,
that
Billy
yeah,
Bob Thornton.
Billy Bob Thornton,
Wow.
Billy Bob Thornton, ladies and gentlemen.
If anyone has information about this case, they should contact the sheriff's office at 707-445-7251 and reference incident
Dude.
number 210-63000.
Information. It's all out there. He
Yeah.
wrote the thing. It's clearly this guy.
Myers, you're on peacock duty. Oh, Chief, I really
Would
rather not.
The paper that this article is from, they talked to the guy about the Craigslist ad, and he said, "I'm not answering anything unless you tell me if a crime has been committed. We explained that the sheriff's office is investigating the matter and said that a crime may have been committed if a firearm was discharged in a residential area. After a long pause, the suspect answered, "I don't own a firearm," and then shut the door. So
Well, he gets off because he killed it with fireworks.
Yeah. They could have got the LAPD on that one.
We saw fireworks.
We did see fireworks.
Okay, yeah. We went to a bar and like we were out front and then we hear it. It's super loud, but we can't see it. So obviously it's nearby behind a building. And then you went to your car.
yeah, I went to my car to go get I forgot my vape in my car, and I walk over, and I'm standing, like if I'm standing where I am right now, probably about where the green pillar behind Charlotte is. I don't know
It's
if we
like
can
8
get,
to 9 feet.
or the red pillar, whatever it looks like now. It doesn't matter.
Oh, this one.
green.
yeah,
right
yeah.
here. So 6 feet.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
change
it was
colors.
very, very close. They had put down one of the fireworks that launches straight into, like the show fireworks
Yeah.
that launch
Yeah.
into the sky and have a big explosion, and it popped off, and I fucking lost my mind.
Yeah.
I
Insane.
So much-
already have tinnitus, and I couldn't hear shit for the rest of the night.
We could see the like just flash on the street and the
Yeah.
light pole around the corner. And Mado had just disappeared behind that. And so it was just like
Just the best.
explosions. And then you come around and you're like,
Yeah, I started. So I come up with an excuse where I was like, "Hey guys, I gotta go back to my car because I forgot my vape," and I just kind of walk over there. And 30 seconds later, like you said, fireworks just start going off, and I have my vape, and I come running back around the corner
Yes.
and like suspiciously fast walking. And because fireworks have gone off, everyone sitting outside the bar is looking at
Yeah.
me, and I just yell back, "Hey, you guys aren't gonna believe this, but that was totally not me."
he got a big
I got a
laugh.
big
Everyone
laugh.
loved him. They said, "We love Mondo." And, yeah.
It was like that was the cold open for my
Oh, okay.
Cheers episode.
Perfect.
That's right. Yeah. Oh wait. I met someone at that bar in front of me when I was waiting to get a drink, and he was really like nice and like gleeful and jovial. And he was like, he said to me, he's like, "This is the first time that I've been out since quarantine, like since COVID. I haven't gone out." I was like, "Oh my God, that's great. Like, welcome back to the world. We're so happy to see you." And he's like, we're talking about the drink he got, and I was like, "I just got, and it's really good." And he's really like just like so filled with life. And he's like, "Yeah, I worked at the hospital and saw so much death." And I was like, "Oh, word?" And he was like, "Oh God, yeah, it must have been 20 people a day I saw die." And I was
my
like,
God.
"So yeah, the Paloma's really good here." And it's just like, I'm really happy that he seems to have been able to like get back from those horrible dark depths, but I did not see it coming because he was just like, "I'm having a great time. I got a drink. I saw unequivalent or unequal amounts of death like every day. I touched them. I saw them. They saw me, and then they lost their lives." And
Anyway,
I was
what's
just-
your name?
Anyway, yeah, what's your name? And I was just like,
What do you do?
"Oh God."
Yeah.
It was,
Hell of a pickup line.
I'm going to talk about this later on a podcast.
yeah, I was like, "I hope you like being content." It's so much death.
so much.
It was just really
Yeah.
bleak. I mean, like, I'm glad he's doing okay. I
Yeah,
hope.
you went inside to go get another round for the table, and then came back and were just like, "Guys, I met someone."
So he wears a thick black hood and has a scythe. But he's really funny.
Charlotte, is he death incarnate? I don't know.
And then he's behind you. Oh, there he is.
No.
Armando.
We got
Hello. Have you met any peacocks recently?
I got another story. I've realized now that the way that I've lined this up, it's very animal friendly. This is a very animal forward podcast
yeah.
episode. So a new study shows that trout can can and have been getting addicted to meth that they are getting from human waste that we are dumping into the ocean.
Sounds about right.
And they are so addicted to meth that it is overshadowing natural rewards like foraging or mating.
I love foraging.
Yeah. They. Wait.
How addicted are they?
Fish on meth, huh?
Yeah, fish on meth.
Trout on meth. You wouldn't see a salmon doing something like this.
Never.
I don't think, yeah. Trout get it because they're just eating human shit. They were already the
yeah.
white trash of fish.
They are. Yeah.
especially rainbow trout. Don't get me started.
I think it's the only kind of fish I've ever caught.
Immediately after Pride Month, Charlotte. How dare you?
I'm like the mayor of Chicago. Did you see that?
No.
They painted a rainbow crosswalk outside of City Hall, and then in the night or the day after June ended, they paved it back over.
Really?
Yeah, have you ever seen the
Why?
Census Cowboy clip?
No.
Oh, well, they had this
Cowboy.
character that the mayor of Chicago, Lori Lightfoot, introduced called the Census Cowboy, and it's like a Lone Ranger type guy who would come to your neighborhood if you guys hadn't done the census yet. He wrote, this is quite the tangent, and I'm sorry to depart so much, but the
No.
Census Cowboy cannot be ignored.
No, you've
You
described
have
the
to-
Marlboro man who comes to your house and goes, hey,
Basically,
how many
she's
people live
having
here?
she's having a press conference, and this guy comes up on a horse with like a cowboy hat and a mask, and she says, "This is the Census Cowboy.
Oh my god.
The Census Cowboy is not a good thing. If you see him, your community has not filled out the census." And so he
census-
basically is like the Grim Reaper
Yeah.
of the census.
The census cowboy.
There he is, yeah.
A harbinger of doom.
Yeah.
Oh my
And there's
goodness.
Omar, could you go to the green hat picture? Because that's the mayor during the press conference.
No!
No. That's Lori Lightfoot, and she's an insane person. Yeah. It's so good. It's so good.
This is the mayor of Chicago?
This is the mayor of Chicago, and not even the worst one. There's another one who wanted an airport that used to be in a Chicago closed, so in the dead of night had bulldozers excavate the runway while planes were already waiting to take off.
Christ.
What the fuck is
You know what?
going on
We'll
in
do an
Chicago?
episode on Chicago mayors. I think it's very
Yeah, because
interesting.
they're all fucking super villains.
That's because you have to be near a coast, okay? As a coastal elite, I firmly believe you can't stay in the Midwest for too long.
You go
There's
crazy.
a giant lake there.
That's not.
Okay, yeah.
That
That's
doesn't
water.
count.
That's a lot of
Are
water.
you the kind of person that says that that like being on the lake is going to the beach?
No, fuck that.
Okay, good.
Fuck that. That is not. I grew up in Ohio, and people would be like, "We're going to the beach," and like some of the lakes, not even just Lake Erie, which like okay, there is small sand rocks, but like, oh, it's Erie. Is that scary? But there's also smaller lakes in the woods in Ohio, and be like, "We're going to the beach." But I grew up also just driving all the way to Jersey, actually going to the beach.
Right.
So when my friends were like, "You want to come on our family trip to the beach?" and it's like a shitty camping ground with like
Should be-
a lake, I'm like, "Ew, no." Sorry.
No,
No,
no, I'm right there
thank
with you. I was-
I'm glad that this is
It's
the
not a
first thing
beach.
that we've all agreed on.
I was in,
somebody
I
saying
was
it.
in
Yeah.
the mountains a couple weeks ago. We didn't say we were going to the beach, even though they had brought in sand to make it look like a beach. We said we're going to the lake.
That's good.
Yeah.
There is
Okay.
a distinction. It must be
The
observed.
lakes, the Great Lakes, obviously are very large, so I do feel like that does count for having sort
Yeah.
of like a watery
No,
vibe
they're
to
great.
your-
And you have
to
to
your
wonder
city.
how many trout are in the Great Lakes.
And how many are
Bringing us
and
back.
how many are
absolutely
addicted to
addicted
meth?
How drunk
methamphetamine?
out are they?
that runs right along Lake Erie in that Rust Belt.
I mean, yeah, you go near enough to some Pennsylvania coal towns, or formerly Pennsylvania coal towns, and you're going to find
Yeah.
some drug use.
You got the salmon cannon that shoots salmon over reservoirs.
Oh,
then you
yeah,
got
I
the trout
forgot
cannon
about
that shoots
that.
meth into trout water.
So after these researchers, by the way, because again, I just want to clarify
Trout
that
cannon.
we're not dumping meth into the water. We're Americans as a whole are smoking or ingesting otherwise so much meth that they are shitting it out, and the trout eat our shit and then get high on the shit meth. And they've been doing.
Somebody's got to do it.
Yeah, they've been doing research on it. The researchers also gave meth-doped trout and clean trout the option of entering either a stream contaminated with meth or another without. And compared to the clean trout, meth-exposed trout preferred to return to the stream with the drug, which researchers inferred as a sign of addiction. Wow. Basically being said, a trout will do anything to get more meth.
I mean, it's not too far off from the human
No.
experiment.
I feel like this is the fucking fish that Subway is telling us is tuna.
Oh,
It's
no.
just the meth trout.
Meth
That's why it's so
subs.
good.
Yeah. No.
And then the human eats it, and the cycle continues.
Yeah. I actually like to, something I've been cooking up lately is I like to think that time is a flat circle.
Really?
And I made that up.
Snake eats its own tail.
Yeah, Ouroboros.
Good there. I'd like to get an Italian BMT with the urban cheese bread and some meth trout.
Meth trout,
on there.
yeah.
I think it's a meth
You want
trap.
extra mayonnaise?
Cheese
Yes,
bread
please.
sounds good.
By the way, that's just another thing that I didn't want to fully cover this story, but I found out that, again, I'm so sorry for the small aside, but you can, Mexico's having like a lottery where you can enter for $12, and if you win, you can win the seized home of a former cartel leader.
No shit.
Yeah, there's like
Okay.
a bunch of them.
That is really a great incentive.
Yeah, it is. It's
a
the
story.
name of the translated name of the lottery is "Give Back What Was Taken From Us."
I love that.
Yeah.
That's killer. And it's oh my god.
It's $12 to enter. Any citizen of Mexico can do it, and they were showing off some of the homes. And one of the homes you can get is a very middle class looking home owned by El Chapo, one of arguably the most famous cartel.
As of late, yeah, just certainly.
Member of our generation, from the originally from the Juarez cartel, and oh boy, was it just like a real shithole, except for, this is where I got into it. They open up the refrigerator and they go, no, this is a fridge just like any other. And they open up the door and there are 8 large jars of mayonnaise that are in there. And the reporters who are in the house go like, what's up with the mayonnaise? And the Marines who are showing off the house just go like, oh yeah, guy really likes mayonnaise. And then they just move on.
El Chapo's a big mayonnaise
He's a
fan.
huge mayonnaise
That
man.
explains a
Sure
lot.
that there's not, it's mayonnaise, but then it's not just like drugs
No, it's just
in the
straight
mayonnaise,
up
like in
mayonnaise.
the middle.
like a wholesale industrial container of
How do we know?
helmets.
How do we know?
I think he was making elotes, like just dipping the fucking corn in a full jar
Yeah.
and then eating it.
Okay.
He also, the other thing that sets this house apart, other than its nice fridge, is that it has a bathroom with a hot tub in it. But the hot tub doesn't actually work. It has hydraulics and lifts up to an underground tunnel that leads to the sewer
Oh,
system.
I
I
think I
thought
know
for
the
a
house you're
second it was
talking
like
about.
Yeah, I thought so.
like a lowrider. Yeah. Except it has no water, so you're just like,
it makes a
"Ah!"
real mess every time.
Oh my god, that would be so funny. I do love the Architectural Digest series where they take you inside the homes of
Yeah.
celebrities.
Yeah.
But now I just want it for like cartel. Like I want to
Uh,
go to the
abandoned
to the Escobar house in Colombia where all the hippos that he had are running rampant and like just killing and fucking and eating like all over it.
If you want a little taste, I can take you to my actual apartment where a man owns an alligator and a fucking monkey.
The Medellin of LA.
They're here to stay.
Yeah. And until we can get a fun actually, if we want to get a funhouse monkey, we got to take a quick ad break so that we can.
Today's episode is brought to you by apes.
This summer is showing welcome signs of a more normal life ahead. Finally, you can get back to the world and go back to the post office? Okay, well, some parts of normal life we can just leave in the before times. And with Stamps.com, you can skip trips to the post office and save on postage. Mail and ship anytime, anywhere, right from your computer. Send letters, ship packages, and pay less with discounted rates from USPS and UPS. I use Stamps.com on essentially a daily basis to ship out stuff for my own personal podcast and just any package that I have to send out at all. It makes sending packages so much easier. You just put it on the scale that they give you, you print out a label, you slap it on there, you get to walk into the post office and drop it in a box and just walk away. You really don't understand how powerful you feel walking past people waiting in a line and just doing it. It's the post office equivalent of bawling out. Stamps.com makes it easy for small businesses to mail and ship without a trip to the post office because they can also come and pick it up from your residence. Print official U.S. postage and shipping labels 24/7. All you need is a computer and your printer. So stop wasting time going to the post office and go to Stamps.com instead. There's no risk, and with promo code DUDE, you get a special offer that includes a 4-week trial plus free postage and a digital scale. No long-term commitments or contracts. Just go to Stamps.com. Click on the microphone at the top of the homepage and type in DUDE. That's Stamps.com, promo code DUDE. Stamps.com, never go to the post office again.
This episode is sponsored by Squarespace.com. Getting your website right, whether for your business or a passion project, can be a lot of work, but Squarespace makes it easy to build an online presence that looks great no matter your needs. From websites and online stores to marketing tools and analytics, Squarespace is your all-in-one platform to run your business. With Squarespace, you can create gated members-only content that lets you connect with your audience and generate revenue, manage your members, send email communications, leverage audience insights. Squarespace gives you a traffic overview that lets you see how your visits, unique visitors, and page views trend over time. And all their websites are optimized for mobile, so your content will automatically adjust to fit whether your users are using a laptop or a mobile device. I've had my website through Squarespace for years now. I keep all my photos on there. I link my videos on there. If ever anybody wants to see a little bit of my history, they can check out my website. Check out squarespace.com for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/dudesoup to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. That's squarespace.com/dudesoup.
This show is sponsored by ExpressVPN. We all take little risks when we go online, whether we think about it or not. We think our connection probably won't be interrupted by hackers. Our data probably won't be used against us. But using the internet without ExpressVPN is like driving without car insurance. Why would you take that risk? Don't do that. Every time you connect to an unencrypted network, cafes, hotels, airports, any hacker on the same network can gain access to your personal data, whether it's your passwords, financial details, etc. It doesn't take much technical knowledge to hack someone, just some cheap hardware. A smart 12-year-old could do it. No shame to 12-year-olds. We love you. ExpressVPN acts as online insurance. It creates a secure, encrypted tunnel between your device and the internet so hackers cannot steal your personal data. It'd take a hacker with a supercomputer over 1 billion years to get past ExpressVPN's encryption. So secure your online data today by visiting expressvpn.com/dude. That's expressvpn.com/dude, and you can get an extra 3 months free. That's expressvpn.com/dude. Thank you, ExpressVPN.
And we are back. Hopefully that was enough ads so that I can get myself a bigger monkey. Oh my God. This is, again, just a perfect story to lead into after talking about what you can do with a bunch of money. I'm sorry. I don't want to go back to it, but I can't stop thinking about the lowrider.
The lowrider hot tubs? I think it would be really funny if it was one of those like old like clawed bathtubs too, but it was like and there's no music and there's no underlights. It's just like
it's very loud.
And it's on the 3rd floor and water seeps into every bedroom.
Oh my God.
Flutter.
Yeah, and that's the best part is that
Isn't that bathtub how he got away?
that is how he got away.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's right.
So he was in this house sleeping with his mistress, who just so happened to be a Mexican congresswoman or legislator.
Good for her.
And
so off.
he got a tip that they were coming, and so he hit the fucking switches on the hot tub, made that shit bounce up real quick, and then he and his congresswoman girlfriend hopped into this tunnel. By the way, naked, butt-ass naked.
Well, yeah,
And
and they use the mayonnaise for lubricant.
Exactly, so
And
that
he
they could
slid
spread
down
through.
the tunnel like a penguin.
like a
They couldn't
horny,
catch him.
like a horny mayonnaise penguin.
Is this the Chapo Trap House?
This is one of them.
Okay.
Yeah, his team extracted him, and he was able to escape after after completely naked, walking through I think 2 miles of sewer with his mistress, and then
Came out clean on the other end.
Yeah, exactly. He fucking Andy Dufresne
Frank waited through a mile of shit.
came out clean,
Clean on the other side. World went and it was in a damn hurry.
And then immediately after that, or maybe not immediately, but like a day or two after that, they arrested him. They found him again and arrested him. And then he escaped from prison by digging a tunnel in his bathroom in his fucking cell.
That's incredible. Chief, I've got a charge here in Guadalajara for $800 worth of mayonnaise. We got him.
Yeah. Mexican
That's
authorities
what
pull a mayonnaise-covered El Chapo from a tunnel.
I like to imagine.
No.
I like to imagine that when they got him, when they when they found out he had escaped from prison this time, they did the whole fucking Shawshank thing where he poked his hand through a poster and then the toilet just goes. How did he get hydraulics in here? We really gotta check asses more, guys. All right. I'm
We
so
really
sorry.
gotta check
What?
asses more, guys.
If you could have any appliance in your house and add hydraulics to it, what would you do? If you had like Chapo money.
And let's be honest. Lindsay's got El Chapo money.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Funhaus pays well because we sell drugs on the side.
Yep.
Yeah.
2 fish.
In a shit.
I don't know.
I know what I would do.
What'd you do?
Litter box.
Whoa.
Just like he walks in and it's just like.
I didn't. It doesn't have to be an appliance. It could be any part of your house.
Just anything, huh?
Just like a sofa, yeah.
Yeah, I mean that would be
Yeah.
fine.
My bed. And I would never get out of it.
Yeah. I would just. I would take it to work.
I would
Yeah.
turn into a Willy Wonka old man. I don't know how else to refer to the old people of Willy Wonka.
The grandparents
Yes.
from Willy Wonka.
The grandparents.
A
They
Willy
never get
Wonka
out.
old man.
But they look really fucking cool because they have
Hey,
lowrider
listen,
beds.
WWJD. Willy Wonka Jesus do.
It would be so much better if you got like a full size like race car bed.
Oh,
That is what it sounds like.
Yeah.
for you audio listeners out there, that's what a race car bed with hydraulics sounds like.
So moving forward, speaking of
Do you think
Chapo
all the
style-
Torettos slept in one before Jack Toretto passed?
Absolutely. Until
Spoilers for the first Fast and the Furious.
yeah. Also, every instead of being buried in coffins, they're buried in race car beds.
It's just bodies falling out of race car beds.
Shut the fuck up. Last Sunday, a copy of Super Mario 64 became the most expensive game ever sold. The cartridge was sold for over $1.5 million.
Why?
It received an A++, the highest possible rating from Wata Games, which I assume is Watto's cousin. The mint condition, it's a good game. The mint condition cartridge, originally produced in 1996, topped last week's record when a copy of The Legend of Zelda sold for $870,000.
Damn.
Yeah. Games are selling for a lot, and apparently the reason this one sold for so much is because it is virtually unplayed. And I don't know if that means that it is actually unplayed, because according to the score, according to Wata Games, it's the highest possible rating, and the only damage done to it seems to have been from like over time. So not like
Is it
physical
shrink wrapped
damage.
still?
I believe so, yes.
Then
Yeah.
it has never been played, right?
Yeah.
Unless somebody had a shrink
A
wrap,
shrink wrap
vacuum
machine.
sealer.
Yeah.
I
and,
had
and nobody dare check if it's been played before. They're just
When-
gonna leave it shrink wrapped.
when I hear a story like this, the only person I can picture is have you seen Benchwarmers?
Yeah.
I just think
Like
of
a
John
baseball
Lovitz's
movie.
character, just like a rich guy who was just a big dork, and he's got like the urinals that like it doesn't matter.
A white Chapo.
He's a white Chapo,
Yeah,
yeah.
the Chapo.
El Chapo.
Hey, I'm the chap.
El Chapstick, maybe. But like, I don't know. I just try to imagine like who's buying these things, and it's got to be somebody with, who's really made it work for
Somebody with a
themselves.
monkey and an alligator. In
Someone
their
with a
penthouse.
monkey and an alligator,
Somebody, yeah.
and
Yeah.
and a mind to use them both.
See, that's the thing is I understand the monkey and the alligator because like, utility. You can use those
Yeah.
to take power in the apartment.
Yeah. Okay.
But this game, what is just buy you can buy not
Collectible.
this version.
Put it
I
on a
guess.
shelf.
It's just
to
clout,
talk about
yeah.
it.
It's rare. It's probably unique because there's not any.
Yeah.
yeah, I'd
You're-
rather talk about this. I get this more than an NFT.
You're rich and alone,
fair.
but you
Yeah.
can talk about it.
What if they're not? What if they like fuck like a bunch?
No, that doesn't
They
happen.
John
actually just
Lovitz
bought it
fucks.
for one of their bitches.
Yeah.
He's
Hey, I
a
heard you like
1.5 million copy of Mario.
Never been played.
That's what
mean-
fucks me up is how much like I hate to I'm not gonna get on like a whole anti-capitalist shtick, but like $1.5 million would drastically change all of our lives.
Oh yeah.
Immediately.
Well, no,
I
at
would
least
be
got
able to
that El Cha-
buy that copy of Mario that I've been always trying to get.
Yeah.
So you don't have that El Chapo money?
Not anymore. She's
Yeah.
spending it on a fucking game.
It's like that. I don't know. Are we gonna see Logan Paul wearing this to his next fight? Because he had that Pokemon card. So maybe just like nerd shit is so mainstream that it's just a normal collectible.
See, the problem is I'm too
mean,
busy
it
playing the
definitely is.
video games instead of not playing them and making their value go
This
up.
is going to be an art piece for whoever bought this.
Absolutely.
basically.
And he's gonna Banksy it. He's gonna destroy it. I don't know. I could
Shred itself.
I could absolutely live probably until the rest of my life on $1.5 million.
Oh, yeah.
I think absolutely I could. Mostly because I'm gonna die when I'm 48.
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't got enough time to spend
No.
all that
Of
money.
money poisoning.
In fact, if I don't spend the money, I die. It's a cruel monkey's paw twist. Look, all I'm
You
saying.
took its paw? Oh
Yeah.
At the pool?
my God, there's got to be a catch.
No, but it's like I took its hand in marriage. I'm married to a monkey.
All right, we gotta jump off this one.
Yeah. Get us out, Mondo.
I'm so sorry. We have got another story. Marvel Avengers, a superhero brawling game released last year, is desperately trying to lure in players, new and old, because they took a hit to its audience last month after an update leaked players' IP addresses.
Whoopsie.
Yeah, it's the way that it happened was if you were playing the game online, right in front of your player character at all times was just a chain of code that said your exact
Wait,
location.
is this the
mobile
Square Enix game? Or
No.
This is the game. It's for like PlayStation.
the video game.
The video
like,
game.
like that game.
Yeah.
The much awaited and then ultimately tepidly received upon release Marvel's Avengers from Square Enix.
Yes. My computer did not like this game.
I never got it, and that actually turned out to be fine.
Mm-hmm.
I thought about it, but Patrick is my litmus test because he gets things and then plays them in a weekend, and so he was just like, it's not, nah.
every review that I've read about it says that it's just like it's fine. It's okay.
Yeah,
You know,
it's just
Now.
fine. I've been like thinking about picking it up, but like not until it's like $15 and not giving out IP addresses.
Well, I got some news for you. Might sway you. They had a great idea this week in order to drum up some new business. Took a page out of the old Fortnite book and started releasing some limited edition, highly sought after skins. Specifically, a new summer edition of Captain America.
Let's see it.
Oh, baby.
Oh, wow.
Baby.
Utility
well,
belt at the
I'm going
beach.
to buy the game now.
Yeah. There's no audio for this, by the way, but I do want to play
Look at
this
his
video.
nipples.
Look at that.
They're so detailed.
Wow.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that, not
Boom.
Chris Evans.
Yeah,
There's
it
a little
just,
goofy,
Connect to
yeah.
on his back.
it just connects to his whoops.
That's part of the
sticks to
super
him.
soldier serum.
Suspension
Yeah.
of disbelief, Omar.
I mean, he's got that shit on his wrist for it to magnetize to what he's
That's
got on
true.
his
There
back.
are rules. Yeah, they've established the rules.
It doesn't even look like it's touching his back. It looks like it's several feet off of his back.
I don't know, and I'm thinking about it, and it's hurting my head.
His nipples really
You're
distract
right.
me.
I keep looking at his nipples now that you've mentioned them.
very
They're
detailed.
so erect.
He's so cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's December in the game.
No.
Yeah.
Sun's out, guns out, shield out,
Yeah,
Dick out.
Sun's out, guns out, shield out, dick out.
balls in.
It might be another super soldier serum thing.
Yeah. Since this podcast comes out on Thursday, I mean, obviously we all remember the Loki finale.
Yeah,
Oh my
that
totally
from
seen.
yesterday, like when shirtless Captain America
Shows up.
and he actually there's a lengthy monologue about why lengthy dick and monologue about how the shield stays on his back.
Well, that was the thing, is that it was a lengthy dick, but a very girthy monologue.
Ugh,
It was
God.
Very wide.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wide and short.
what a classic, instant classic.
Classic. What was your favorite part of the Loki finale that came out?
I
That
like-
we definitely saw.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I
spoilers,
like when
everybody.
the alligator and the monkey they come in and Captain America's there and he's like, my monkey, and then Loki is like, he time travels and he goes to when the monkey died and he brings the corpse of the monkey back in time and he says, this is your monkey.
Please, my son, he's very sick.
I mean, you're halfway there at the alligator part.
Isn't
of
that
it.
just Dragon Ball Z, right? I tried to read the synopsis. They've got monkey tails.
I was like just talking and then I was like, oh wait, time travel, include that.
Yeah, you gotta make it.
It doesn't sound too far off
Yeah,
from
it was
the
almost,
actual show.
It wasn't convoluted enough to be a Marvel project.
Yeah.
I like when Captain America meets Loki and he's like, the angels have the phone box. That's a Doctor Who reference.
Oh yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah.
Exterminate.
It's kind of wild though that with
the
your
Daleks show up.
with your totally weird explanation of the finale that like time travel, alligators, it's like all things that are in the show for real.
Alligator Loki is incredible. I won't go into details, but let's just say
There's not too much to say.
there's nothing really to say about it.
It's
but
just great. It's just good.
I love the part where he gets an apartment in Los Angeles.
a penthouse, no less.
Penthouse, yeah, and convinces a man to live there with him.
I like that show.
Yeah.
I am enjoying it. I haven't watched
I'm only-
WandaVision or Captain America and the Winter Soldier.
You didn't watch WandaVision?
No.
It's very
Oh.
good. I don't.
It's fun.
I
Just
was-
watch it. It's refreshing.
Okay.
Yeah, watch it right now. Charlotte. Watch it.
Listen, I was deep in The Sopranos for a long time. I was in
It's
that
a lot
life.
like The Sopranos.
This what do they call it? This thing of ours. They don't put a name to it. But I was watching that, and then I finished that, which has given me the bandwidth to watch other shows.
I just started The Sopranos. Did we already talk about this?
I don't know if we did, but we're gonna.
Anyways.
You
Do you
guys,
feel like
I've been.
The Sopranos holds up? Like,
Yes.
does it?
I hear mixed reviews like about whether or not it holds up. And as somebody who's never watched it, I watched the first couple episodes and I was like, oh, okay. It feels very like a time period like
Yes.
piece
Yeah.
type
It feels
of
like a
show.
period piece now.
So I'm not watching it being like, oh, I can't relate to this because I'm not watching it in the 90s. I'm watching it being like, this is a show about something that took place in the 90s.
There's a lot of themes that I think are ever present. There's a lot of stuff that has aged very poorly.
yeah,
where
already.
When,
I'm
when
only
they
like
made
2 and 3
Yeah.
episodes
Yeah.
in.
Like I've never even fucking heard of Gabagool.
the fuck did you just say to me? Gabagool. Hey, my wife sends me down here for the gabagool.
Look at what he's looking at.
No, please, not yet. We haven't started talking about
wanna
it yet.
see.
It's for, it'll come up, I promise.
We'll talk off mic about The
Jesus
Sopranos. I think it does hold up.
I think it doesn't.
I feel
think
like it's weird that those characters are like they're meant to be the people you're enjoying, like you're following it for those characters, but they have no redeeming characters.
Well, they're bad people.
Well,
they're bad
but there's
people,
no
yeah.
redemption
But that's-
story either.
That's kind of the part. That's the point of it in some ways.
The part
Then why do I feel what makes me feel for these characters that are just shitty people?
Well, the thing is, that's
There's
why
lots
they
of
want.
shows
they
like
eat a
that.
lot of cold pasta.
It reminds me. It's like a GTA situation. It's like all these characters are criminals and stuff, but like there's just like
Like,
little
they have
little
their
things
moments
left
of-
onto.
Redemption
There are
Yeah, that's
moments
true.
of empathy where that's when you're supposed to empathize
yeah,
with the
yeah.
character,
It's
and
It's
then
supposed to challenge you.
I
'cause
agree
Tony
with you,
Soprano
Omar.
does bad things.
The biggest thing that I disagree with the entire thing of The Sopranos is because it's like to me it's like The Shining. The Shining is one of my favorite movies of all time. But if you have never seen The Shining and you watch it now, it's a boring movie. It's a very long movie that has a build up to what is comparatively to other movies now not as exciting an ending as possible.
That's how I feel about Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's been iterated on so much.
Yeah, I watched The Shining a couple of years ago for the first time. I still loved it.
It's a great
Yeah.
movie. It's a fantastic movie.
I
but I'm-
also like boring movies.
Sure. I do too. One of my
Yeah.
favorite movies is fucking
Step Brothers.
Yeah, Step Brothers. Don't ever say Step Brothers is a boring movie. I'll fight you.
I love Step Brothers.
Good. Thank you.
I love Step Brothers.
But
you know
fuck
what was
Reservoir
not
Dogs,
good. Totally. Before we go into this, and I just watched it, In the Heights. Not good. Don't watch it.
No.
I didn't.
Coming for you, HBO Max.
Coming for you, Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Just that movie, I wasn't crazy about it.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Okay.
I don't know. To finish my point, just is The
I said
Sopranos.
no, I'm just
fuck, Jesus.
Just kidding.
All right. Well, next on the The Sopranos is a very good show for the time, but it's also a show that was made with sustainability in mind, without like a real I don't know how far in advance they had the ending planned out, but a lot of the show feels like they're.
Talk about the ending, because I don't know.
I didn't say the ending.
No, I'm just saying don't talk about it.
Go
I
on.
just feel like they were making a show, and at a certain point, they were just making more show.
Yeah.
Whereas other shows that are more modern, like Breaking Bad, which I would say is probably on the same level, they knew where they were supposed to end it.
I think it's because, as I understand it, not having been a TV viewer back then, this was kind of like a sea change for like premium television. So
That's what
I
I
think
mean.
it had that procedural style in spirit because it was made among that. But the fact that it reached such narrative like consistency and heights, I think had not been seen before. And so like you get like kind of like one-off episodes and stuff, and like they do this thing where they'll fold in a background character which is just another Italian American guy in the background who eventually gets thrust to the forefront for like a very significant B plot or even A plot. And so like structurally it's a little dated, and there's like insane like transition wipes. There's literally a cube transition, like an Instagram story. It's insane. Like there is a lot of that show that is aged, and a lot of the attitudes. There's things in that show where they do bad things and they say bad things, but and you're supposed to understand it's bad, like things they say about like minorities or like gay
course,
people,
yeah.
and like in the moment it's not seen as cool or good, but it has gotten aged so much worse that what they're saying is not only a little off color and a little out of, polite conversation, but it is like really awful shit. And so like, it's not saying we're supposed to enjoy it, but it's like really, it's like this is, I think, damaging the characters more so than it did 20 some years ago for mainstream audiences. Yeah. It's weird. I recommend it. Patrick recommended it to me.
I'm still gonna watch through it.
Sure,
Yeah.
please do.
It's
And that's
such a part of pop culture. A big
that
part,
was
so.
that was my thing. It's just like it's one of those things where you should definitely watch it. It changed the way that television was made forever, but TV has since that point kept evolving, and I feel like has gotten better.
No,
that's all.
Omar is
So much good
definitely right
television
that a lot of it has not aged. But also, as someone who grew up in the Northeast, there's a lot that I recognize from growing up in that exact same time period.
Like the Italians.
Honestly,
And
it's
the
so
gay
funny because, like,
hatred.
as an Irish Catholic family in Philadelphia, there are so many like just similarities and parallels that just like fucking takes me for a ride. I'm like, oh, I feel like I've been there. Like, it's bizarre. Anyway, that's the Sopranos segment of the podcast.
Yeah, Loki got us here somehow.
That's right, because Polly Walnuts is in the finale.
That's my
got us
favorite
there.
part of the finale is when Loki turns the corner and Polly Walnuts is standing there.
Just
when I-
Loki said.
Just when I thought I was out, you Loki me back in. All right, that's enough of that. We have one final segment, one that we have done before on the Funhaus podcast. It's called One for Now, One for Later, where we talk about a game that we are playing now and enjoying very much, or at least playing now, and then we talk about a game that we are excited for the future. What's kind of different than normal is that all four of us have been consistently playing the same exact game.
Yes, indeed. And it's one person's fault.
Yeah, it is one person's fault. You want to bring us in here, bud?
We're playing Ark.
A little bit louder. I
Little bit,
actually
yeah.
didn't catch that.
We're playing Ark with the dinosaurs. It's
Yeah,
the game
Ark
with the
Survival
dinosaurs.
Evolved.
So Ark Survival Evolved. I played every summer. I made a server for
How
all
many
my
hours
friends.
you got in that game?
630.
You sound like a simple farmhand that got in trouble for fucking a horse or something.
I
sorry, you
accidentally
fucked it
got
how
all
many
my
times?
friends into
600
Ark.
hours.
It's just such a
So
handsome
every
horse.
summer, I have a little biological tick. Something goes off, and
Is
it
this
goes.
still the horse fucking character?
It goes no.
I compared this to like
Children listen to this
I
show.
compared this to birds migrating for the winter.
Yeah.
I
Lindsay
go.
returning
It's
to
time
Ark.
to play Ark. I played every summer since it came out. Last year, I actually started a server on July 3rd. Apparently, I started it on the same day this year, and I didn't know.
That's crazy.
I just was like, oh, here's the server info. I invited a few of my friends. I really love the game. It's nostalgic for me, and it's like sort of the kind of game that I can get into. Open world, crafting, building, taming dinosaurs.
And like she said,
Fighting bosses. We haven't got there yet.
I'd
but
never done that yet.
I got Jacob into it last year. Jacob, big fan.
I sank 90 hours into it last summer.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jesus
Maniac.
Christ.
Yeah.
A lot
I
of
get really into the building stuff.
Oh, I know.
I'm
yeah.
absolutely terrible with the dinosaurs. Like, I'm constantly getting killed by dinosaurs. I tamed a few here and there, but I love it.
As Lindsay said, she invited a bunch of her friends, and then somehow I snuck in there, and I got.
You're one of my friends. So I said, oh, guys, do you want to play Ark? And you were like really enthusiastic about it. You're
Yeah.
like, yeah, hell yeah, I want to play. I think you were even excited to check it out.
Well, I saw you guys were all playing it, and I felt left out.
Well, you were always invited.
I was just away at the time.
That's true. When I started, she was out of town.
Charlotte's the kind of person where if everyone did jump off a cliff, she would jump just to not feel
She'd be like,
alone.
I hate this.
Yeah. I am supremely susceptible to peer pressure. Yeah. That's
So-
why I'm shitting meth into lakes. Because my friends are doing
Did I
it.
tell you guys that I got Charlotte on a pack of smokes a day? All I had to say was
That
it's cool.
I'll be forever resistant to. But most other things I would probably try
So
once.
it's
I can get you smoking by the end of the week.
I want to talk about ARC for just a second in the sense that there's a barrier for entry. It's a little bit difficult to kind of like get into it feeling like it's like you're making progress without dying repeatedly. We were not in a good spot.
Oh yeah, it was real gnarly.
We were in a bad spot.
Did you play the server before I got there?
Only like the day before.
Okay.
No, like you got in and we had just started.
Yeah, I got into the server having never played ARC before or any other
you
version.
got onto the server before I did.
Right,
That's
yeah.
right. So he
Yeah,
was the first person on.
I got into
Did you
the
have trouble
server.
getting onto the server?
My game was broken.
Oh, your
so-
game?
Yeah.
Wait, which game was broken?
ARC.
Oh, Arc was
It was a
broken?
Steam
Yeah, it's a
thing.
broken
It
game.
was a Steam thing.
That's so strange that Arc was broken.
It's an absolutely
Well,
broken
like the crazy part is you go to install it. It's like you need 200 gigs available
very
on your
large
drive.
game.
Yeah.
It's like
We're putting
it
an
doesn't-
entire
It doesn't take
dinosaur
up all that space,
genome.
but it's like the potential space you might need. It's
So
like
Yeah.
he got on
insane.
before I could even get on. He's running around asking me things. I'm like, I'm not on. I can't help you. I'm still trying to download the game. Like,
Yeah. I spent about 20 minutes building a character and I kept considering like what kind of things I could do, like how could I create like a funny character, and then I built Quagmire from Family Guy,
Yeah.
from the hit show Familiar Man. And
Patriarchal guy.
I'm trying to find the picture here because the part I didn't understand about ARC is that the longer you play, the more your hair grows.
Yeah, your hair and beard.
And so my character model with hair and beard, Omar, if you could show it, is just Dan. Is
You
just
really can't
Dan.
tell.
Dark
yeah, it's
picture.
hard to see. He'll
Yeah.
show a closer one, but
What's that creature in the background though?
oh, that's me.
Look at her fucking body.
My upper body's like a barrel.
Yeah, you've evolved to have an extremely thick neck.
Very
Evolution
thick neck.
realized you just never looked
Is this
behind
one of
you.
those 3D renders? Like this is what working from home will turn you into.
Yeah, this is like that crash test monster.
Yeah.
Yeah, where it's like this is where
What's
all
that
your
thing's
nerves
name?
are.
This is
Darren?
it's like the indestructible man or something. It's
Yeah,
get
he
injured
sits
for
like
car
this.
crash. Yeah,
Yeah, he
he
sits
just
with
had
his
no
arm
neck.
up.
This is his girlfriend.
Yeah, your character does look like Dan though. Do you have the picture of me accidentally punching you while you're asleep?
I do.
Because I came in a couple days later and I tried to take a screenshot of sleeping Armando, not realizing that my screenshot hotkey was linked to punch in the game. And so I have a picture of me just like slamming him
You
in the face.
screenshot it. That was so funny.
Yeah.
I did. Omar, if you could show it.
Yeah.
What is?
And you can just barely see the blood coming off. No,
Oh
not
my
barely.
god, I didn't realize that you could see it like that.
Chest
I
is
just
exploding.
Yeah, I'm just fucking annihilating him, and it just took it at the perfect moment.
This is like meme-worthy content.
What is that? The name of your sleeping bag or the person?
The name of my sleeping bag was the Fuck Palace.
Right, right. That's
pretty
initially.
good.
I see that every
And then
time I
it-
die.
That's where Ryan lived.
It told me, yeah. It told me that I had to change the name of it when I built a new one, and it was like press E to change the name, and then when I loaded it in, the game just went, oh E, and so I just left it because I thought it
Yeah.
was funny. But
Yeah.
it now,
It's made for a great screenshot.
Yeah.
Just imagine, and
Just
you
a
didn't
nightmare.
wake up, so I'm just like,
I just like sleeping.
I'm sleeping.
I mean, like I've been on the server a few times with Lindsay, but I think the one time I was on was all four of us. It was like Lindsay and I were building things, and then it was just Mondo and Charlotte killing each other.
Oh yeah,
The whole time.
Here's me getting revenge. By the way,
I couldn't respawn near you guys either because I didn't have a bed, so I had to. Oh no,
Look at you. Oh no, I rotated it. Look at your dead ass
that's
fucking
that's
body.
Tiff Toretto.
Tiff Toretto.
Toretto.
Look at her arm coming out of her fucking head.
Yeah,
That's her
she's
character's
super
name?
tall,
Is Tiff Toretto?
huge naturals.
Huge. Natural.
Looks like
That's
a
why-
white avatar alien.
Yeah.
It's horrible. But yeah, the most fun I had was Mondo built a very wide single story home, and so I built a spiral staircase up to the top of it, just like a wild animal stuck in the the rafters, smashed through it, dropped onto the ground, and like, and then ran out and did it 2 more times.
I mean, it was impossible for me to. I was trying to build this super cool house. That's just what I do in these games.
Yeah.
And like, it was every time I was building this house, I'd see Mondo standing in an open window with a drawn bow, and I'd be like, "What's he doing?" And then you'd shoot me in the face.
Well,
the first night I was killed more times by you than I was by dinosaurs.
The first time I killed Jacob, I was testing my limits. I wanted to see how many times I could shoot him before he would die. And it was quite a few.
Yeah.
And then he came back and he was a naked boy and I told him to turn around and I shot him again once and he died.
Yeah, the armor is a huge game changer.
Yeah. That's what I
armor.
realized. So both times were, I guess, testing my bounds. And now I've chilled out. And now I really only kill Charlotte when she
I was honestly getting upset. There was a point where I just was like, I don't want to play this. And so
I
I
could tell she was like, please stop.
I was like, please stop.
You
And
kept
so
hitting. You would run up
because
to
I was upset and lashing out at you. And so at one point, I don't think I told you this, I was just like upset, and also I'm on a medication that gives me mood swings sometimes.
Sure.
So I was just like, so I just was on Instagram and I had my headphones up on my head so I could just faintly hear, and I just heard,
Not even.
Charlotte?
Oh,
Charlotte?
yeah, I remember that.
Charlotte, are you there? And I was just like, I wasn't crying, but I was just like upset because I kept getting murdered, and I was like, I'm gonna let him stew.
I built a house and it wasn't a very good house, but I was trying to build it. And
but
then
it was
It's a
yours.
serviceable house.
I don't understand the role playing that came into this, but Charlotte and Lindsay run into my house and start going, "Oh, so you guys share this together? And then Charlotte started carving out rooms for herself.
Well, because you guys were over there together, so I was like, oh, this is like your house.
It's like when I went across the street from my place in college where they were having a party, shit-faced, and declared on their stoop, I live here now. This is my house.
Yeah, but it would have been more apt of a metaphor if you had entered their home and then started building walls.
You're subletting it like Ryan.
You destroyed my bed.
There was a
destroyed
moment.
my ceiling.
There's a moment where I went into Mondo's completely empty, unfurnished, wide house. Okay, shithole. Can I just say?
Sure.
Okay.
And so I was like, I'm going to spruce up the place. And I built a single chair facing the corner. And Mon was like, what are you doing? I said, I guess I'm putting myself in timeout. And I just sat down in it. And he smashes the chair underneath me and I fall down. So I bop him once with an axe and he just cuts my head off. And I had a lot of fun in retrospect. But the early in the game when I couldn't get to you guys and
Yeah,
I was just
that was-
running
That's the
along
biggest-
a beach that was set to easy and just kept getting murdered.
That wasn't my
that's
fault.
again and
That was-
again and
some
again.
sort of-
Lies.
Yeah, that one wasn't me. I want to be very clear. In the beginning, when what she's talking about running on the beach was the dinosaurs killing.
Don't think I didn't see your Craigslist ad that said Charlotte or Tiff Toretto, 6'10", unbearable.
Yeah, the job
Huge
is
tits.
Huge
the
stature.
job is simple.
The job is simple. Charlotte moved into my house. I don't
Yeah.
know when.
I don't know what the neighbors think of
Note
her.
number 2. I don't know what the neighbors think of this
Every
show.
morning at 5 to 5:30, just
That does sound like me.
Yeah.
There's 2 different play styles going on in Ark though. There's like these 2. There's Charlotte
yeah.
and Mondo.
Yeah,
It was
They're
chaos.
just constantly at war.
we're pulling Patricks.
Yeah.
We're throwing shit at each other
Yeah.
and destroying each other.
Then I discovered that Lindsay and I have built on either side of the spire of rock with metal on top that we both fly up to, and then since we can't carry it, we throw it down into our walled compounds.
We're like min-maxing here, and
Yeah.
like you guys
I don't even
are-
know what that means.
I'm min-max too. I did
What
a
was-
very good
oh, I
job.
Are you? Are you?
No, I saw what it said.
Okay.
I put all of my power into melee damage. So it is. I have built an unstoppable machine that can carry a ton of weight and just absolutely destroy. Anyway, that's what we've been playing
Yeah,
now.
it's good to be back though.
In case you care, the thing I'm looking forward to playing later, Deathloop. That's all I got to say about
excited.
it.
That's
for
close,
Deathloop.
right? September?
I forgot how
September.
close it was.
Yeah, I'm really, really, really excited about that. Do you guys have any quick play laters
don't
you want to
know
mention
what
before
I'm-
we wrap it up?
I mean, it's just like, for me, it's just expansions to games that are already out.
Yeah, more Ark.
Yeah, that.
Arc 2?
Yeah, Arc 2.
Arc
That's
2 with Vin Diesel.
Vin Diesel.
That's right.
Is that real?
Well,
That's real,
I'll
yeah.
show
Like,
you.
for real. There's
Oh
a
my
trailer.
gosh.
It's ridiculous.
We can't get into it.
Well, now I've
It's-
changed mine for later.
Yeah.
It's Ark 2 with Vin
Hell
Diesel.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for joining me, Jacob. You've
Yeah,
been wonderful.
anytime.
Charlotte,
Anytime.
you've been so great.
Here.
Lindsay, you have cursed me with the knowledge of Ark.
I made it easier for you guys.
And I want to give a shout out to Omar on the ones and twos.
Who also hates Arc.
Do you
Very
really?
much so,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's the worst.
It's good.
I knew that we had a connection.
You don't hate it. You like it.
Not yet.
Do you want to come live in my house?
In your Ark house? No.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. You're going to get an email like residents cannot keep their friends or bosses in their apartments.
It's okay, man. I'm gonna rename you Arnold. You'll be good. All right. I've been Armando Torres, and thank you for joining us on the Funhaus podcast.
Oh, Marnold.
I was thinking the same thing.
Oh!
Is this your laptop?
Floating
love this
corgis.
video.
No.
Oh, little butt. It's
Audio.
good boy.
I don't even know if we're
Little
still
treat.
doing this for the audio.
Comment down below if you saw the end. Corgi. Say corgi.
These are one of my many corgis that I bring to the pool to
Yeah.
combat Arnold.
Yeah, ass up.